Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the Niteye EC-R16 flashlight. This is a pocket rocket. GearBest sent me this for review. There are not too many left. I had to move this up on my video board to the very top because they have like maybe 20 left. So let me tell you what makes this flashlight absolutely incredible. You can stick in a little old CR, or was it CR? Yeah, CR123A battery, and this will put out in the highest mode, the turbo mode, 350 lumens. Okay, that's a lot. However, you put in a 16340, or it was unofficial, but now it's official because it's on their website, the JetBeam Niteye website. You stick in also a 18350 battery, or the 16340. This little guy will put out 750 lumens. Now that's crazy. This is small. Look, I know it looks big when I have it here, but look. This thing is tiny. Tiny. It's almost insane. You know, go back 20, 30 years ago, and if you wanted big light, you had to get a big giant flashlight. Look at this. This thing puts out hundreds of times more light than these big giant ones of yesterday. So anyway, we really need to take a close look. By the way, and if any time you are interested in purchasing this flashlight, I went ahead and put a link to the GearBest website that goes right to this little guy, and it runs an unbelievable low price of $42 with free shipping. So again, we're gonna go down and take a close look. So for your $42, besides the flashlight, you get the box that it came in. You get a package with an extra O-ring and an extra cover for the power switch / battery indicator, which is right there. You also get a USB cable, because guess what? This thing, you could use it as a charger for the battery that's inside it if it is a rechargeable battery. You get a certificate of approval. I mean, somebody's checking it before it goes out the door. As a matter of fact, they checked it so good they gave me a second card in the box. You get a operation manual or instruction manual, however you want to call it. And you get the JetBeam Niteye warranty card. So let's go ahead and start looking at this flashlight. You know, it's the anodized aluminum, aircraft grade aluminum, really, really nice. You get these really nice heat fins is the first thing that catches my eye, and if you notice, it's sort of hexagonic. And what that does is it keeps this thing from rolling. You know, it has like a nut looking thing here. It's not a nut, it's just the way it's made, and you get these flats on even the heat fins, and this keeps this flashlight from rolling. I wish everybody did that. You also get some nice knurling here. By the way, this is not black. This is like a dark gray, which is a nice change. You also get a little hole right here at the tail section, so if you do want to put a lanyard, not included, you could go ahead and feed that in there. But what's nice is since the power switch and mode select switch are up here, there's really nothing here in the tail. You can tail stand this guy. So another feature right there. What's the importance of tail standing? Well, in the event of a power outage, if you need to light a room, you could go ahead and shine this up on the ceiling. Just put it down on a surface, shine it up, and the reflection of the ceiling will light the entire room, especially when you have a unit here that can put out the amount of light that this thing can. The business end of this thing right here, beyond this glass, and inside this smooth reflector is a Cree XP-L emitter. These things usually last 20 plus years. They last forever. It's going to outlast me. And you can see how well that works. Watch, when I get it pointed right at the camera, it just turns the color of the little emitter right there, that reflector. Just reflects everything forward. So this should be a good little thrower It is a smooth reflector, so it should definitely throw some light downrange. And we'll go outside and test this out. Now, this is your on-off switch, as well as the way that you're going to cycle through all the modes. You have 5 levels of light, plus you have strobe. And on the other side, you just pull this little rubber thing off, and you have a micro USB socket right there. So if you need to charge your rechargeable battery, whether it be the 16, I'll make sure I say this right, the 16 340 battery or the 18 350 battery, you can charge it right in the flashlight right there. And we'll go ahead and test that out. Now this power button also lights up. It lets you know your power level for your battery, and it might even sort of let you know if you're charging something or not. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and try out that little charging feature here. All you do is unscrew. This is the only place this thing unscrews. You got an O-ring right there, and so you can put the EC-R16 in there, and what's kind of odd is how much space is left there. But actually, what's neat is once you close this thing up, the spring is pushing on that thing so good that there's no shake. I was worried about it would rattle in there. The way that you power this guy on is you press and hold the button and it turns on. To turn it off, you press and hold the button and it turns off. The way you cycle through the modes, once you have it on, is you just press the button quickly, and that's a high, medium, low, and back up to turbo, high, medium, low. Get the deal? And if you turn it off, like I have it on low right now, I'm going to turn it off. When you turn it back on, it has a memory, so it remembers where you're at. Now, if at any time you want to go into a strobe mode, look away if you have seizures during strobe mode. But all you do is, I think you can do it when it's off. As a matter of fact, let's try this when it's off. I'm going to turn this. Okay, it is off right there. You could just double click and bang. Now, this is the way tactical flashlight should work. You need to be able to, right from when you grab it, get strobe into someone's face to disorient them, and you could do that. You could pick this thing up, hit this button twice, and you're strobing. Now, if you're, let me go ahead and cycle to a high mode here. Now, if I double click it, bang, it's strobing. Hit the button, stop strobing, goes back to the last mode. In this case it was turbo. I'm going to go ahead and cycle this down to medium. If I double click it real quick, it brings it up to the highest mode, turbo again. Hit it again and it will strobe. Okay, so you got the functions. I hope you do. Now, we weren't looking at that max output because the EC-R16, that turbo mode, the highest mode, is putting out 350 lumens. However, if I put in a 16340 or an 18350 battery like this, it's going to put out its maximum output of 750 lumens. And we're going to go down how much light this thing can put out. By the way, if you use an 18350 battery, you got to get one with a button top, not a flat top. The reason why is because in the head here, you can see how this is a little bit recessed and there's like a raised ring around there. So, and that's like that to prevent you, it's a physical way of preventing you from putting this in backwards because it won't touch, but however it'll hinder a flat top battery from working in there, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to throw in a button top IMR 18350 battery, 800 milliamp hour, high drain battery, and we'll pop this in here and screw that in. Now let's see how the little charging thing works. This battery is basically fully charged, at least that's what my charger said. I'm going to go ahead and plug this guy in here, and I think we can actually, there we go, turn that around and we'll plug this in. And you can see it's glowing blue right there. Well, I have this on for about a minute. I figure, you know what, why don't I demonstrate the amount of lumens also while we try to run the battery down just a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll start out with the turbo mode, and the way that we'll again turn that on is we'll press and hold, and let's there we go. So we got this up on turbo mode. I want you to go ahead and see the light here, so you can sort of see the spot there. You can see the flood there. It's coming out almost at a 45 degree. If I shine it down this way, you can see the nice spot, the flood. It spreads out really quick. This thing should definitely be a great floodlight. I can't wait to get this outside and show y'all. So anyway, on the full turbo mode right here, we're looking at 750 lumens for half an hour. If we did have a CR123 battery in here, it would be 350 lumens for an hour and a half. Now we'll go ahead and bump this down to the high mode. On the high mode, it is 120 lumens for 3 hours. It's the same for both batteries. Hit this again. We're down to medium, or the middle, and that's 50 lumens for 10 hours. Again, that's for both batteries, both types. And then we'll go to its lowest mode, which I've got to show you there because you can barely, well, you can sort of see it right there. The lowest mode is 5 lumens, and you can do that for 100 hours. It is the same for both types of batteries. This flashlight, by the way, is IPX6, not 8, which means I will not be doing a water submersion test on this guy. It is not waterproof underwater. It is waterproof as far as splash and hard rain and things like that. That's what the IPX6 standard is. But it's not made to go underwater, folks. And I suspect the reason why, because it does have a nice O-ring there, I suspect is because of this cover here probably does not seal this up watertight that's over the micro USB. Because that's the only place where I could see where water entry can be a issue. Right here in my backyard, and there's a fence line way down here. It's about 25 yards away, approximately. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the lights, and now it's pitch black outside. Now, I can actually feel the button, which is good. So we'll go ahead and turn it on. And right now I have the low mode, and of course it's not going to do anything unless I hold my hand out here. So now what I'll do is, if I press this, it's going to go right to turbo because it cycles from high to low. So we're going to take a look at turbo. That's 750 lumens in this tiny little guy. Look at that. It's like a freaking laser. This is Star Wars today. This is insane. This thing can go out, way out. I mean, I wish I had a 100-yard range because this could easily just pump 750 lumens down range like nothing. And you could see how that spot goes and how, you know, even if I take the spot totally out of the picture, barely like there, you could see the effects of the flood. You could still see. It's just incredible. Now I'm going to go ahead and run this to take it out of turbo, and we'll go down to high. So there's high. Still incredible, just absolutely incredible. Then we'll go down to medium, and you could still make out the fence line out there. And then low, you're not going to see the fence line anymore. Now remember I said that you could tail stand this and light a whole room? Well, I'm going to go ahead and hit the light over here. So it is completely dark in here, and I'm going to go ahead and just put this up in turbo mode and just set this on the counter. You see that? It's on the counter, and it's just lighting up this whole room. Now I'm going to just go ahead and put it in front of me over here, and you can see that I could use this light to do a video because it's absolutely incredible. The 750 lumen is just bouncing off the ceiling. Let me just show you right here. You can see that. And it's just lighting up this whole room. Now this power button here also serves as a battery indicator. Let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and just put the charging cable in here, and you can see how that turns blue. Well, if you're just using this flashlight outside and it starts slow flashing, when you drop below 50%, it starts flashing this blue color slow. And then if it starts flashing really fast, that means you've gone below 10%. Whoops. Okay. I just drop tested this unintentionally, but hey, you know, we'll use it. So you can see it's still on medium. It's still even remembered everything. I forgot to give you the dimensions. This is 2.8 inches long. The diameter of the body is 0.87 inches, and the weight of this is 1.6 ounces without the battery. So 1.6 ounces plus whatever your battery is. Actually, the diameter that I just gave you, that was the small 0.87 down here. The head diameter, the bigger part of this, is 1.03 inches. So essentially about 1 inch up here at the head. And again, 2.8 inches long. So it's very, very small. 750 lumens in this tiny little body. It's absolutely incredible. For those of you who might not know, the Niteye brand is actually part of a company called JetBeam. You can see right there. Let me see if I can bring that up. See that? Now, when I was outside, I was able to feel where the button was by, you see how this has this pattern on it, like all these little bumps? You could feel that. So I could feel the difference between this and the cover of the micro USB. This is flat and feels relatively smooth, whereas this one is sort of a little bit curved, and it has all these little bumps. So in the pitch black darkness, I was able to feel which was the button. And again, you press and hold it, it comes on, press and hold it for about a second, and it goes off. And then to sequence the modes again, I know I'm being a little redundant. Once it's on, you just tap it, tap it, tap it, and it goes from high to low. And double click it while it's on, and it goes into turbo mode. Double click it again, and it goes to strobe. And if the flashlight is off and you hit double click, it does the strobe again. So great for tactical applications. In case someone's coming at you, you want to just sort of disorient them as quick as possible. Really incredible flashlight. The only thing that could have made this any better, and I don't even know if it's, you know, even worth it on a flashlight this small, is to have a crown bezel. Because, you know, you would use it as an impact device, but this is so small. I don't know how useful a crown bezel is, other than my favorite application is if you put the flashlight down on its head while it's on, you would get a little light leakage out here. You don't get that. So the only con that I have for this flashlight, actually two cons, is, you know, it would have been nice to have the crown bezel, and number two, it's not completely waterproof. It's splash proof, rain proof, but it's not submersible. Okay, it's time to wrap things up. So if you're interested in this, again, in the description box below, there's a link to GearBest, where you can get this for $42, and I absolutely highly recommend this flashlight. I don't think I have anything this small that can put out this amount of light. It is a pocket rocket. I think they should have named it Pocket Rocket, but they might have other things named Pocket Rocket. I don't know. But I'm impressed. I am so freaking impressed by this little thing. One other reminder, do not put this on a charger. Don't put that charging cable in here and put it onto a charger with a regular CR123 battery. Again, that's only for rechargeable, which is the 16340 or the 18350, which is now official, because it wasn't official on the website until lately, and then I noticed that they officially now say that it's in there, but only in parts of the website, not all of it. It's really weird, but it's kind of nice to know. It doesn't work with every 18350. I even had one other button top that didn't work for some reason, and then one worked. So I've read some other reviews, and most everybody else says with the button tops they do work. So just wanted to put that out there. Alright, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really do appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you. And again, if you're interested in this, there's only a couple left of GearBest, and then they're going to be sold out. So don't wait too long to decide, or you'll miss out. Okay, take care. Bye.